Not sure why he placed that demolition charge right there and why he left his commanders right near it, because one added thing right there and those commanders will be gone as well. And we probably have that 3rd Panzer IV on the way, and looks like the German forces are rallying for an attack very soon. Pack moving in as well. So I do believe this might be it. This might be the push we have been waiting for. The counter-attack against the wicked British. Or heroic British, I suppose, on which, depending on which side you're on. Further demolition charges, and we have that spy ability right there, telling him that another Panzer IV is on the way, although I don't know how many he has been told of. But we have another Panzer IV joining the 2 others, so a small Panzer IV platoon ready to dash in and really far away at the British defenses. Pack at the 4, being cloaked, apparently also acting as a scout, and we see a 2nd Grenadier team hitting the field. Only 1 Panzerschreck for this team though, which is certainly not a bad idea. There are only so many British tanks, and of course they have all of these Panzer IVs to provide some anti-tank assets as well. Now we go, the assault of the 21st Panzer Division, Panzer Grenadiers and Panzer IVs with a bit of pack as well. And oh dear, demolition charge spotted. They aren't doing anything about it, they're instead moving right into it. Oh no! This is a very bad move. And heavy losses, plenty of Grenadiers and Pioneers lost. And the pack, Grenadiers into full retreat, while the Grenadiers are still remaining alongside 1 Grenadier team. Panzer Force charging ahead, Commandos suffering heavily. Panzer Force really wreaking havoc, firing away at this 17-pounder gun. Panzerschreck gunners moving in as well, probably going to use the Panzerschreck against this. There we go, heavy damage. 17-pounder gun not in position though, not turning around. Oh dear, that was a bit of a waste for the British, and now the Panzer Force are knocking out another commando team. Cromwell's now exposed. The Sherman Firefly is in an awkward position, not able to fire back. Artillery fire going in on the German troops, or is it just decoy? Looks like it was a decoy. Sherman Firefly receiving numerous Panzerschrecks to the rear. Panzer Force retreating, but now seeing that this is a decoy, they will be moving forwards again. And of course it does not have actual munitions for this, so not good at all. And now facing the Panzer Force head on with veterans 1, meaning they take 25% less damage. Cromwell knocked out, and now the Ostwind is charging ahead. This is what you get for being too passive and not attacking the German player. And of course it could easily have been reversed against the German player if the British had attacked, but instead he just waited for the attack to come, and now he is paying the price with the blood of his men, of his tankers. And there we go, Panzer Force charging ahead, and a King Tiger as well, Schwere Panzerabteilung 503 joining into it. King Tiger, Tiger 2 firing away with its high velocity 88mm gun as well, really able to wreak havoc on the British lines. GG from Mr. Kuoppa, pretty much believing his victory to be assured. Recon section still sneaking about there though. But this German tank force does not care, it is merely wreaking havoc on all that is British, knocking out trucks and troops alike. Looks like this armored command truck is gone. There we go. The driver sent into a nice parabolic arc right over this hedge and landing right there face first into the dirt. And now the German Panzer Force is moving ahead. Achtung Panzermarsch. Ostwind blazing away. Support truck taking a lot of fire as further tanks are moving in. And not a single armored loss for the German. They have managed to retain all 3 Panzer Forces despite everything. Command truck is lost. Now question is, where will this armored task force move next? Who will die in the front of this? And looks like a commando incision has been dropped, taking this point, and apparently these sprint gunners with the Panzerschreck have been hiding right here, not doing anything though, not joining into the attack here, which might have slowly turned the tide, but there you go. Commanders now caught out in the front of all these panzers. Ostwind joining in as well, and the King Tiger will soon also. Commandos really suffering heavily. doubt this commando team will make it out, and it did not. And the glider is lost, leaving only this section right here and this infantry section there. Commando glider, HQ glider. In fact, I'm not entirely sure why I dropped that there though. And looks like this infantry team has been absolutely slaughtered by the German armor. Now German forces are counter-attacking to deal with the few remaining things that are. No, it looks like 2 men made it out and are heading back towards the command truck. This infantry recon section is not doing well though. MP40 first grenadiers moving in for the kill. And one is already lost to the submachine guns. And looks like these 3 chaps are in a lot of trouble and forced retreat. The German armored force is really close to all of these demolition charges. And apparently the British commander isn't really noticing this, because he might actually be able to knock out one of those panzers. Now the Ostwind is on the move. Still nothing from these demolition charges. Apparently these panzer forces can just ignore it freely. Apparently the British commander is a bit too occupied with everything else that has happened, like the entire force he had being devastated. Looks like the Pioneer though was lost to a demolition charge for some reason. Piat commandos apparently getting a bit desperate and going for those. And let's return to Mr. Kuoppa, who's now also getting artillery. Piat rounds landing amongst these 2 Volksgrenadiers. Although it looks like the commanders may make it out of that alive with the Sten gun and dual Piats. 1 Volksgrenadier down, leaving only 1 left, and he's apparently firing away at the HQ glider for some reason, while the remains of this infantry section is seizing the victory point. Armored force charging ahead, the King Tiger remaining behind to guard it. Not a lot of infantry for the Germans. Machine gun emplacements firing away at the German armor. Ostwind diverting off, perhaps. No, not going to deal with it. Instead going straight for this victory point and going to put a stop to anyone seizing this. Piat commandos and infantry section digging a slit trench. Very keen on holding that position, leading the 21st Panzer Division out of victory points. HQ glider taking fire, and another commando Piat team. Grenade landing into the trench, killing a few men, ejecting them from it. HQ glider is gone, and there are only a very few British troops left, most of those commandos. And we have a recon section moving up here right into the line of fire of the King Tiger. And there we go, recon section will be dead in seconds. There we go. Piat commando still holding out, although 1 is down. In fact, there are only 1 of each section left. And those in slit trench are holding out desperately. And looks like this one is making a run for it. Tanks not really making a move. And the Piat commando in the trench was killed, leaving only 1 man left. Brank gun firing away. And we have a commando team landing right behind the Grenadiers, hoping to kill them very swiftly and save their comrade in the trench. 2 Grenadiers dropped in seconds, and these Grenadiers will really need to get out of there before they are lost. And they did not make it. They did knock out the glider, but the team was lost. Tanks blasting away at the headquarters command truck and the Vickers, while a Ostwind is dealing with any infantry remaining here. Fresh replacements moving out, probably going towards those victory points, while this Panzer IV force is knocking out the headquarters. Artillery raining in on the Panzer force, possibly. Yes, there we go. It was actually not a decoy. 1 Panzer IV is knocked out. A tragic loss, since it already survived so much, only to be lost near the end. And commandos hiding in the trench, firing away. Ostwind riding some pressure fire, keeping them in there, and a grenade going off, killing one of the few men remaining there. And looks like these Vickers are going to be wrecked in a moment or two. 1 machine gun nest down, leaving only 1 left. And we see a headquarters command truck moving out as well. Another grenade going into the trench. LMG 42 upgrade for these grenadiers. Not really what I would recommend it, although at this moment I don't really think it matters, since I'm pretty sure the British have lost everything. Only one commando in the trench amongst the remains of his comrades. And another grenade killing him, sending him flying out with his Sten gun. And this, all victory points are now on the neutral or in the hands of the Germans. And we have this remaining headquarters command truck. And we hear GG and yeah from its opponent. And we see another demolition charge going off, killing some Volksgrenadiers. German armor moving out. Will they spot this headquarters and knock it out, or will something else happen? Panzer Force moving out, and the headquarters have been spotted. Panzer Force firing away. 75mm shells blasting into the side of the truck and apparently ignoring it. Not entirely sure what that was about. And we see a glider moving in with a jet truck, but right next to the Ostwind, which does knock it out with his anti-aircraft gun. And we do hear it oops from Mr. GRDS. And another Panzer IV being sent out to replace the one lost. We have gained the momentum on the field. Supplies taken! Pass the word back! Leaving once more only the truck left. And now this armored forces moving in as well. And firing away at the truck. And there we go. Game over. So what can we learn from this? Well, for starters, do remember to salvage munitions from wrecked vehicles when you are the Wehrmacht. It can really give you a lot of munitions. Secondly, don't be so passive. Don't just sit there building up armored forces. It could easily have gone better for the British had they actually been more aggressive and attacked the German player in particular, since the German player for so long time was actually deeply wounded, but for some reason the British player just sat there on his ass drinking tea. So instead what happened was the German amassed a large armored force and struck right at the proper point, causing a lot of damage. And of course he wasn't able to bring in that 17-pounder gun to the right spot either, so it was really tragic. But really, had he been more aggressive, I really think he could easily have won. Instead, he practically handed the victory to Mr. Kuoppa, but there you go. 30th Corps has been delayed in the advance to Caen, as the 21st Panzer Division has successfully wrecked him. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not subscribe or tell your friends, and if you didn't, why not send in a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying, remember to be aggressive.